Welcome back to the Stackpack show, right? I got my brother Dahome coming through today. He's an artist, right? Talented individual coming up to the show. It's going to be a fire interview. Get ready. We got some new content coming. We're going to be unloading it every day on the Stackpack show. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting. We got another fire interview coming right up for you guys. Dahome, what up?
Know you're broken, but now there's no need to cry. I'll treat you better, baby. Just know I'll always be by your side. So when you call me and put your feelings on the line, here is your warning. Don't waste your time on me. So I'll press rewind on you and take back what's mine from you. I'm broken in love with you. Oh, when I'm on your love, I feel like too much. I can get enough. I don't do no drugs. You make me overdose when you get too close.
I'm telling y'all, I got a fire interview coming up for y'all. Fire. Like, this interview is going to be so fire that it's going to burn it up, right? I got my brother Dahome coming in. He's about to really light up the podcast. And, you know, I do the Stackpack show all the time, and I invite great individuals to come up here. And today I got my brother Dahome, man. Music artist, talented individual. And we doing some great things together. We'll be collabing real soon. I got him in the building right now. Thank you for coming to the show, Dahome. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience, brother? Over to you.
What it do, brother? It's Dahome. That's Dahome. I'm a singer, songwriter, artist, producer, based out of Columbus, Ohio. But I was born and raised in Ghana, West Africa. But I'm repping and based in Columbus, Ohio right now. That's what we do. I make music, so.
That's fire. And we love music artists up there too, bro. We want to get right into it with you as a music artist. What does collaboration mean to you as a music artist? And, you know, like, just let's talk about it. Have you collabed and have you used it in your artistry? Let's get into it.
Man, I think it's dope to collab because it's like, it's a blend of multiple perspectives and different ways of people viewing different points of just life, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we don't all see things the same. So I feel like collabs just bring people's creativity together and allows people to express themselves in all types of different ways. For me, I don't really collab as much. However, when I do collab, it's more so like intimate with the artist I'm working with, and it's more so like, yo, we're getting straight to the business. Like I'm not cutting no corners. I'm making sure everything is done the way you want it to sound, and I'm making sure, you know, if it's on my end, I'm making sure like the creativity and the vision that I have for the music and the intention I have for the record is going to sound like how it's supposed to sound. So at the end of the day, collabs are great, brother. It's a great mesh of two talents. You know what I mean?
And also, we were playing Waste of Time before you stepped into the studio, Dahome. Talk about that record a little bit. Yeah. What inspired you to make that record? Because that shit was crazy. I love the vocals. I like how you harmonized it. Talk about a little bit, behind that song right there, Waste of Time.
Oh man, Waste of Time. So that's one of my like newer R&B like experiments. Kind of, I'm going towards like I'm more so like an Afro soul, Afro pop artist. However, I'm just like dabbling into different sounds and stuff like I'm resonating with right now. But Waste of Time is more so like it's a palette canvas that I use to just like describe the everyday situations that most people go through in relationships, the dynamics that we go through in situationships, to be exact, honestly, because we go into a situation thinking, oh, this is going to work out this way, it's going to work out this way, but most of the time you don't even want to be there with that person. So people, maybe it's a subconscious thing, maybe it's a conscious reaction, but at the end of the day, it's a waste of time regardless if you don't set intentions and like maybe date or court people intentionally and everything. So I feel like relationships are very important, and it's a waste of time if people don't cherish it in the most profound way of its value, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you can't just be wasting time out here. You don't got no time to waste. Time is an illusion. You know what I'm coming from, brother?
Come on, brother. You can't waste no time, right?
Yeah, time is an illusion, brother.
Shout outs to Dahome for coming through, right? And I also want to get into some more questions for you as well. What was that time that you remember and you was like, this is for me, music, or this is all I'm going in with, this is what I want to focus with? Do you remember that time when it just clicked for you and you were like, this is for me?
Man, it's a couple of times that's hit me like that, but the most profound one was when maybe I was at a deep place in life, and just the introspection of life just made me really connect with myself wholeheartedly, and just be honest with myself and my creativity, and just where I want to set my intentions with and purpose in life. So at the end of the day, I'm using music and the gift, I guess, I have in orchestrating and composing certain elements and putting it all together. I'm using that to present to the world, to show them like, yo, it's a certain way you can view certain things. And I don't know, I felt like it was when maybe I had lost a certain thing in my life. I don't want to go too deep into that, but I just lost a certain thing in my life, and it made me realize music and my passion for it can make me gain love and different forms of just being in love with myself all over again, if that makes sense. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I definitely understand, and we definitely resonate with that. Love that, Dahome. Next question. We're going to get right into it. Welcome to the Stackpack Show. We got a fire music artist up here, and we're doing a fire interview. Make sure you guys tap in, and we'll be doing more interviews, and it'll be coming up here again and again. But Dahome, I have another question for you, bro. What's something that gets you inspired to make that afro, to make that pop, to get up in there in the studio, to actually get into your creativity mode? What inspires you, man? Over to you.
What inspires me is just everything. I feel like I'm just super in tune with reality, to where it's like I'd be inspired over everything. Like I come up with like lines and different like talking points and just write them down. I love writing stuff down. So what inspires me is just being alive, brother. Just connecting to the universe and just being a source of intention and creativity that can be outsourced to other people that might need like that impact and, you know, element in that life, you know, in their life, you know what I mean? Because I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, but at the end of the day, we all add a certain perspective and essence to each other when we connect, one way or the other, through music, through videography, through just wherever it is that we present to the universe. I feel like we're all one. So it's like it's a dope connection when you can feel inspired to create and just be consistent and just inspire other people and just keep the flow of the universe going. And I thought that's the purpose of living. You know what I mean?
Facts. Woo. Dahome coming in here and lighting it up for y'all. Tap in. I have another one for you. Now, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with all this? I know you're doing your music, you're doing your thing. We're on and off these social apps, attracting more people to the brands and what we're doing. But where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, Dahome? Have you thought about that? The future. Let's go.
Man, I definitely be thinking about the future. However, I hone my energy into the now as much as possible, brother. I am so connected with the present moment, because everything happens for me in the now so much that thinking about the future is expecting things that I can't justify for myself yet. Like, why do I want this? What's the purpose of having this, and what's the value that is going to bring in my life? So I can't shoot for anything in the future. I mean, for me, I just let the universe guide me in any way possible for me to achieve greatness and joy in my life, because that's what I meditate on. That's what I pray on. That's what I wish for myself. You see what I'm saying? So in the next 5 years, brother, we shooting for the stars is all I can say. You see what I'm saying, bro?
Shoot for the stars. Shoot for the moon. Now, Another question, Dahome, is how do you keep up with these new trends and what's going on the internet and the new AI and all this stuff that's coming out? How do you stay above the trends and, just use this new technology to your best of your capability? I know there's a lot of tech coming out, but how are you staying above all of this and how are you using it in today's digital age? Over to you, man.
Oh, bro, shoot. You can't be caught in the past. That's what I can say. You can't think about the future, but you can't be caught in the past, because at the end of the day, we're gonna evolve into technology. Technology is knowledge. It's at the end of the day, people don't realize in the next 5 to 10 years, 20 years, it's not gonna be the same as 40, 50 years ago. It's gonna be completely different. The children, the way they're thinking, the food, the way we perceive things is going to be completely different. So you got to be updated on what's going on through the media, through AI, through the government, everything. So for AI and just keeping myself involved in the trends, I feel like for example, Chat GPT, like there are so many resources that people just got to tap into, brother. AI is so resourceful, bro. And I feel like in the next 5, 10, 20 years, it's going to be a staple in the house. It's going to be something everybody uses. It's going to be so convenient because people like comfortability. So they're familiar with comfortability. So it's going to be so convenient for people that it's going to be adaptable. And I think keeping along with the trends, being updated, being in the know, being knowledgeable about what's going on. Like for me, for example, I use ChatGPT one time to create like a certain Instagram like message to send to people, you know what I mean? So like you just put it in there and it tells you exactly, you know what I mean? It's so resourceful and just cuts time. But at the end of the day, you can pick and choose certain key phrases and words that you can intentionally put in there and stuff and make your own edits. So it's not fully in the control of AI. You still kind of have your own autonomy too. So I think people just gotta adapt to it and not fight back. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Dahome came in here and fired this shit up on the Stackpack show. Dahome, can you please tap in your Instagram and anything that you want them to follow and tap in, man? How can they find you after this interview? It's going right on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. But how can they find you if someone's listening to this interview? Where can they go to go search for your music or your Instagram or anything like that? Let's tap in.
Oh man, my Instagram is at Dahome. So my name twice, Dahome, Dahome, and you're gonna find Dahome. And on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, Tidal, the whole nine, you can find me at Dahome, Dahome on all platforms. I'm staying consistent. I'm trying to release every other week, but every month is where I'm scheduling for, because it just helps me promote and market and just keep people updated on what's going on and consistency. So I released something in June. We coming in July. We coming in August. We come in all year round. So that's where you can find Dahome.
So I have my brother Dahome in here. We killed it. Thank you for being on the Stackpack show, Dahome. I look forward to seeing you come back when like a new release comes out or a new EP or, just something new come out, man. I can't wait to see you come back. Thanks for coming up, brother. And we will have another episode. Make sure you guys tap in, Stackpack, media.com, bookwithstack.com, follow Dahome, and we'll see you guys around, right? Let's go.